Kendall B here with the KS1075 Morning Show, and got a special guest. Got to tell you a story. So my stepmom and my mother-in-law came into town while my wife and I were in Hawaii. So my wife saw the ad for Sister Act that is playing it now through the 6th. And she said, you know, this would be a great time for them to go. We're going to be out of town. We're going to miss it, but we'd like to see them actually see the show. So so we sent them. They had a great time. And one of the actors is here joining us this morning. And Melvin Abston, who plays Curtis now. Now you have the mean role.
Yes.
You're playing the meanie now.
I'm the bad guy.
First of all, welcome. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Kendall B. Good to be here.
And so Sister Act, the musical, is playing at the Buell Theater through October the 6th. And you are playing the role of, you know, let's just say Curtis, because some place I was reading online, it's Curtis Jackson, and then this other one. But people that seen the movie or read the book know that you are Dolores's mean old boyfriend.
Yes, indeed.
And so playing that role, and I got a lot of questions to ask about it, but in that playing that role specifically, when you have to be like the bad guy, because you've done a lot of things in your career, how is it playing the bad guy? Because a lot of people want to be, you know, I want to be that good guy, but then some people will turn it around and say, no, the bad guy gives you more of a oomph, or it gives you.
Yeah, without a bad guy, there's no story.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have that conflict to make you want to root for the good guy. But, you know, I don't think Curtis is a bad guy. I think he's misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
You know, he's a businessman. He just happens to like to do things a certain kind of way. And if things don't go that way, well, you know, there are consequences and repercussions.
Yes, and when Dolores has to escape your clutches, basically, you have the deal of hunting her down and finding her in the convent, where she's obviously, as we know the story, teaching the sisters how to really sing, not just sing. So in the musical version of Sister Act, again playing at the Buell Theater now through the 6th. Now, you're acting and singing as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody that touches the stage gets to sing, and dance. Absolutely. One notable difference from the movie to what we're doing is we've actually set this in the 70s. So you get a lot of the 70s style music. You'll recognize some of the licks.
Okay.
Some Barry White, a little Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
A little Donna Summer kind of. And it's the same storyline, but because it's set where it is and it's all original music, you won't get any of the music that you find in the movie. Right. I think this resonates a bit more because you know those other songs are from Motown or from other eras, but this is specifically for this version of the play. Melvin
Abston with us. He is playing Curtis in the Sister Act. The musical is playing right now at the Buell Theater, and we'll give you ticket information here in a little bit, denvercenter.org to find out more. So as you were, you know, getting into your, I guess, your acting chops, and which came first for you? Was it music? Was it acting? What was it, dancing? Which one was it?
The music came first.
Yeah.
As a lot of people that make their way into either popular music or R&B, a lot of it starts in the church.
In the church, exactly.
And I started in the church singing in the junior choir when I was about knee-high to a penny, and started actually singing with a group of guys. There were 5 of us, and we would do like acapella music, take 6 kind of thing.
5 guys, 1 mic.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to do, is to share a mic with 4 other guys, and everybody can sing. And there was a Chicago theater. I'm from Chicago originally. That were looking for some singers to play the Temptations. So we went in as a group, sang for the director and the founder of the theater, and she loved us and she kept us there. And that show ran, and then the next show we came back, and I started to realize, hey, there's something to this thing, not just the singing, because she's like, well, I got something for you this time, different. Yeah. She gave me lines and a role, and it snowballed, and years later, here I am with you.
I like how you do years later. Because it does take a while to, anybody with any career, you really want to do it right, it's going to take you a while to build your repertoire, to build what you really want to do.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing is born overnight.
Yeah, and you've had, you know, television roles and been you know, on Broadway doing things as well. And I saw also Lion King as well?
Yeah.
You're in that too. That's great.
Yeah, one of the tours that actually came here, I think back in 2006, I originated the role of Bonsai, one of the hyenas.
Okay.
So yeah, it's this is my official Denver debut, though I have been here before.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Now the tour is going on for quite some time. Only got a few more days here in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
How much longer is this? I guess this version of Sister Act the musical going on.
Well, from what I understand, we are actually going to be out until at least the summer of next year.
Oh, wow.
So we've got quite a few other cities lined up, and we've already been out for a year. So some people across the country have seen us. Some are waiting for us to come. Those people who were fortunate enough to go to Broadway have an experience with the show, and now we're going to be coming to different cities around the country. They're going to actually see us again.
That's
but
cool.
In this version where, it's a bit more intimate and not as many moving parts.
Sure.
So we get a little bit more focused on the story.
And when you can get more focused and you don't have a lot of moving parts, you can see the reaction and feel the reaction from the crowd more so.
Yeah. People in the audience don't think we can, but we can actually see them, whether they're really enjoying themselves. You see people doing a little seat dancing.
Yeah.
There's some people who aren't really impressed, and then something happens that they like, and you can see that spark in their eyes, and on stage you're like, oh yeah, I got you now.
Yeah.
And now, by the end of the show, everybody's rocking, and in the aisles, dancing in the aisles is permitted.
It is permitted. That's what we want to know.
It's encouraged.
Melvin Abston joining us on the KS1075 Morning Show. Sister Act is at the Buell Theater right now until the 6th. And for ticket information, you can call 303-893-4100 or go on the website denvercenter.org. Interesting you bring up the live audience because when we're operating, since I'm in radio, we're in radio now, and you've done television as well, and then there's movie work, there's things, you don't see the reaction of the audience. You just got to do the work and hope that it translates okay.
Right.
So when you're on stage, let's say you're playing Curtis in this role in Sister Act, the musical, and let's just say that there is something that happens on stage or something where you get a different reaction than you normally would. How does that affect you as a performer?
Honestly, we love it.
Yeah.
Because it's live theater, it's never, ever, ever the same.
Right.
You get some audiences that will laugh or respond to something differently than others, depending sometimes on the age of the audience or what day of the week it is. Some people tend to be in a really, really great mood because they're like, oh, it's Thursday night, and they're happy because the next day is Friday, or it's Friday and they've been at work all day, so they're a little bit more subdued.
Sure.
But we love that. The one thing we really love is when something goes on stage that the audience is never ever aware about. If something doesn't happen, if something music doesn't start, or someone messes up a step, it raises the stakes for us. It's kind of it's an inside joke, and it keeps everything fresh. We really, because we do 8 times a week, and this week we're in Denver, next week we're in Tucson or in Vegas or wherever. So any little thing that can happen that can give us a brand new experience, because people are coming in for the first time and seeing it, we don't want to do it like we did it last week or like we did it last month and give you that show. We want to give you today's show, which is fresh and always different.
Now tell me about the cast that you're currently touring with and some of the people and some of the experience you've had with them in these different roles, and then being out on the road with them as well.
Our lead, who is absolutely fabulous, and anybody who will see the show knows that fabulous is a recurring theme. Taria Campbell, who I've actually worked with before in Lion King. She's been on Broadway, been on the road. Not her first rodeo.
Yeah.
Amazing voice, hilarious. You will absolutely fall in love with this woman. As I mentioned, from Chicago, Hollis Resnick, who plays Mother Superior, another woman who is just a star among stars. She's a big fish back in Chicago, and people now across the country are getting a whiff of our Chicago talent.
Okay.
Great singer, wonderful actor. Great comedy chops. It's going to be hard to see who the audience is going to root for more, if it's Mother Superior or for Dolores.
Dolores, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The three thugs who are amazing and steal the show. You've got Todd Horman, Ernie Perneda, and the guy who plays my nephew, Charles Barksdale. They are hilarious, supremely talented, dancing and moving and shaking and all that good stuff. The three nuns. Let's see, there's There's Flory Bagel. There's Diane and our Ashley, who plays Sister Mary Robert, the little shy nun who kind of comes out of her shell.
Right.
We won't tell any more than that.
No more than that.
We don't be surprised.
Right.
But this cast is just chock full of, and those nuns, all the nuns that don't necessarily have a lot of dialogue, but these voices. Oh my God! The first time we heard them sing, jaws dropped, and just, we got treats.
That's good.
Oh yeah. And even the guys, we don't have a lot to do in the show, but nicely peppered in there, and we get in and we do our thing, and then we get out of the way and let the nuns come in and do their thing.
Yeah.
It's such a great collection of talent in the show, and I am supremely honored to share the stage with these people. Another fantastic part of the cast is Chester Gregory, who plays Sweaty Eddie, who has some revealing moments on stage. I will just say that. An electric performer who I've actually known for years. I get to brag on that.
Okay.
But amazing, brings the house down every single night. I won't tell you everything. You just have to get there and see for yourself.
Hey, you said revealing.
Yes.
And you said Sweaty Eddie. So
yes.
I can only imagine.
Oh, absolutely.
I can only imagine what's going to happen on stage.
It is unlike anything people have ever seen. People still will come up, how did they do that? And you never tell a little theater magic and a secret.
Little secrets.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. And it's a story that is familiar to a lot of people, but you've changed it up now, like you said, going, a little bit further back in the day, making it into a 1970s type feature with, I'm sure, with the clothing as well as the music, like you said earlier.
Yes.
So that makes it a kind of a different feel, and maybe some notes of the story which you didn't feel before you'll get now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That and like you said, with Dancing in the Seats, I know for sure that my stepmom told me, and she's the dancer. My mother-in-law is kind of more subdued, but they really did enjoy seeing the work last week.
That's good.
And you now have a chance to see it while it lasts. Now, this is not something that's going to be here for long, so don't take long to go get them. Go get your tickets, because it's only here through the 6th, which is this weekend.
Yes.
So check it out right now. You can get more information online at denvercenter.org, or you can get the tickets at 303-893-4100. Sister Act is the musical, and Melvin Abston plays Curtis in the show, and you can cheer for him a little bit, but he is the mean guy. But cheer for him because you know he's a good guy, because you just heard him right here. So thanks so much for your time.
It's been a pleasure, Kendall.
And I want to make sure we get people out to see you before you leave town, to see this fantastic musical on stage, and all the great performers that are performing.
Absolutely. Come on out.
Thank you again, Melvin.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
This is the KS1075 Morning Show.